All right, everybody. Today, I made some changes last night. I decided that I want to do a whole show on Bobby Mackey's music world. Is it haunted? Is it a hoax? Is it real? Is it fake? It's been on TV shows. It's been investigated by some of my friends. Went and investigated Bobby Mackey's. What is it with Bobby Mackey's? Is it truly a gateway to hell? Some people say there's a like a portal, a gateway to hell, not just being haunted, a gateway to hell. After the week I'm having, I thought this would be a good conversation to have. A gateway to hell? What the hell not, right? What the hell not? We're all on a highway to hell, aren't we? Highway to hell. So, guys, I'm gonna put on the intro. Today's morning song that pumped me up is Tesla, Heaven's Trail. So put that on during the intro, because we're ready to get this paranormal highway. We're ready to get it going. All right, I'll see you after the intro. So before we get into some videos and stuff of Bobby Mackey's, I have a poll up right now. You guys all seen it right now. You can vote for the poll. Is Bobby Mackey's world, is it haunted or a hoax? So you have four choices. It's haunted, it's a hoax, it's exaggerated, never heard of Bobby Mackey's. And hey, if you never heard of Bobby Mackey's, don't worry about it. Majority of the people in the world haven't heard of Bobby Mackey's. Yes, it's been on some TV shows and stuff, but Bobby Mackey's doesn't, have the name of Amityville Horror or like the Conjuring House, because those places have movies. But the claims are Bobby Mackey's is way more haunted than those places can ever be. I mean, Bobby Mackey's is accused of having a portal of a gateway to hell. Now, I'm not here to tell you what theory is true and what theory is not, but Bobby Mackey's is near like a river line. And some say that a fast river generates energy. And that's the energy that helps a haunting, a ghost, to even be more haunted, because there's a lot of energy for ghosts to appear, to do the haunting. And they say there was enough energy because of the river that there truly is a gateway to hell. Now, to be honest with you guys, I personally has never been there. It's on my bucket list. I want to investigate it, but I mean, you can investigate. Of course, you got to pay money to the owner, and it's like it's an investigation in a control environment. You know what I mean? It's a control environment. I wish that you had the whole place to yourself, a run at it. You know what I mean? Not just renting out where you go in this room or stuff like that. I wish you can have more run of the place to really get that true feeling if a place is truly haunted or not. But looking at the votes so far, 53% says it's haunted, which makes sense. 5% says it's a hoax. 26% says it's exaggerated, which what I mean by exaggeration, I believe that every place somewhat is haunted. Every place. Your house, everywhere. There's ghosts all around us. So technically, every spot, every inch on this planet is haunted. There's ghosts everywhere. But what I mean is exaggerated to the point where it's a haunted house, where you're not guaranteed you're gonna get some hauntings, but they are spirits scratching and stuff. So I'm talking about that kind of exaggeration because listen, let's be honest here. Almost everybody who does investigations, and I'm not. Everybody exaggerates a little bit. We all know this. It's not a secret. Come on, a lot of people, and I know people do exaggerate it. Hopefully, that we like the people who don't exaggerate as much to make a fake claim off of a sound. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like exaggeration, like you heard this knock. What the hell was that? That's acting, where in real life, I'm sure like if Ron and I are on investigation, we hear a knock, we'd be like, huh, do you guys hear that? You know what I mean? That's real. Did you hear that? But I'm not talking about like Zach. Oh my God, what the hell was that? Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? That's is what I mean by exaggeration. Going a little bit overboard. Now, and 16% says you never heard of Bobby Mackey's. And that's, I was actually expecting Bobby Mackey's to be a little higher of never heard of Bobby Mackey's. And there's no wrong with that. Now, first of all, where is Bobby Mackey's even in the first place? So let me pull up where it's at. So Bobby Mackey's is Music World, a historic honky tonk. I'm a redneck, right? So I guess for me, that's my place, right? I guess that's where all the rednecks go, according to people. So I guess, sorry, I guess I'm already at home at Bobby Mackey's Music World. Man, sorry, hold on. So historic honky tonk for us rednecks, and live music venue located in Wilder, Kentucky. So this place is actually in Kentucky. The venue was originally a slaughterhouse in the mid 1800s, and rumor has it that the owner would dispose of anything or anyone if the price was right. So basically, what that kind of means is like if you want a body to disappear, you take it to a slaughterhouse and they feed it to their animals. I'm not gonna damn sorry. I'm not gonna tell you any tricks of the trade, but if you want a body to like fully disappear like a ghost, you feed it to hungry pigs. Hungry pigs will eat all the way through the bone. They will make sure that body is gone. So slaughterhouses back in the day were famous for things disappear. I'm not making that up. That's just a fact. That's just the truth. That's so the urban legend claims that the nightclub is the site of hauntings, murders, and suicides, but no credible evidence exists for such claims. I mean, I don't know about that. I'm not here to say every video that comes out on Bobby Mackey's is real, but there's a lot of footage and a lot of people that I've heard that said it's haunted. I have a video I was showing later on in the middle of the stack of my friend Amber's ParaWorld, who's not just a friend, who is an here, let me bring this higher for you guys. The Dead in Me. You can actually get this on Amazon. Amber's ParaWorld. She herself has done an investigation at Bobby Mackey's. And she's not the one to. She's not Amber's not an exaggerator. She's very passionate about her investigations. So, I have friends who had investigations. Now, again, I have never investigated there. So I can't sit here at 100% and tell you that it's haunted for myself because I've never been there. So I'm taking the word of videos of friends who's been there, but I can't make the claim myself at 100% that the place is haunted. What the evidence I have seen and heard, there's something haunted there. And I would love to go, investigate it. Now, let's bring this back up. Okay, let's bring this back up. So, the urban legend claims that the nightclub is the site of hauntings, murder. Okay, we already read that. The venue has a mechanical bull. See, great for us rednecks, right? Us rednecks could go and ride the bull, drink some beers, look stupid, and have a great fucking time. That's actually, this is my kind of place. It truly is. Pool tables, games, and lots of space. Bobby Mackey's World is owned by country singer Bobby Mackey and has been around for some time since. It has been Bobby Mackey's. For a second, I'm almost reading it like Bobby Mackey's have been around since 1850. Of course, the place has been around since 1850, but Bobby Mackey's, if he was still alive since the 1850, then that's amazing. So, Bobby Mackey's World is nightclub in Wilder, Kentucky, U.S. So this place is in the U.S. All right. So if you live near the area, go check it out. Now the hard part is if you're going to the regular bar. Now it's going to be hard to go to the regular bar, right? To see if it's haunted when you're surrounded with hundreds of people dancing and stuff. So, that's going to make it difficult. And I know earlier in the chat, Tales of the Sonic Voyage in the beginning, when before the show started, wrote in the chat that he's been there, and according to him, he believes that it's haunted 100%. That he's been there, he's seen some stuff. So Tales of the Sonic Voyage, I know you said that before the show started. If you want to share it with a chat, tell them your experience, go for it. Gatorbait wrote, yes, it is. I'm far away from me to get there. Yeah. A lot of people have said it's haunted. A lot of people. Now again, I am not pressuring anybody to automatically say it's haunted for you. I mean, you're going to have to look at it yourself. Now here's some videos. This one's like an archive video of a news channel, kind of like talking about it, kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of what Bobby Mackey's looks like. So here's the first video.
There was a time when Bobby Mackey's was known for drinking, dancing, a little pool, and a lot of games like Mr. Muscle Arm Wrestler and, of course, the famous Bull Rider. But over the last couple of years, something more has been added. Just ask Carl Lawson, the caretaker. More than once, he's been in...
I love these old videos. I love the way they talk. I'm sorry I'm pausing it, but I love the look and the feel. I'd rather watch these old videos than almost any new video. I just... All right, sorry for pausing it.
In the basement. He's seen things he's never seen before.
There was two men that was hanging here, just like there was gallows.
Walk along the banks of the Licking River behind the bar, and Doug Hensley will tell you a history of the occult, which he's written about in his book, Terror.
Okay, so again, you heard in the beginning of the show talk about the river, and the river is a big thing. Claims that with the river, there's an amount of energy that flows with the river. All right, I'm not a scientist. I'm not. I know. I think Dr. Wu is in the chat. He's archaeologist, University of Washington degree. And so if you're still in the chat, Mr. Dr. Wu, can you maybe explain, can water, a river, generate energy? And in your opinion, Dr. Wu, can that be, in your opinion, not just enough energy for a ghost, maybe opening up a gateway to hell that have said that this place has? Now, Robert Wood says sure can. So energy can be generated. Now, portals are another, I guess you could say, another kind of a topic. It's one thing to make people believe that ghosts are real. It's another trying to make somebody believe that portals are real. So it's like a double whammy, that. So exactly, Terry Brown. Some places are just not safe enough for explorer of worth, risk, health, thinking, or life for. Eric, I've always been very empathetic person, and that is not a place for people like me. And I respect that. Listen, we all have. I want to go back to the video for a second. We all have our level of what we could take. What kind of hauntings, because the stories that comes out of this place is just not hearing knocking sounds, and seeing a glass fall off the thing. There's stories that people are getting scratches, people are getting possessed. So Bobby Mackey's has a different level of type of haunting. And that's not for everybody. Now, for me, if they say, Eric, you can have this place, but only you could go in there, I'm going in. I'm going in. That's just, I'm going in. Sometimes, sometimes it's like, fuck life. I'm going in. Life's got enough shit problems itself. Let me get this shit problem. Let's go back to the video.
Music world.
I learned that satanic worshipers still today worship the devil along the Licking River because it flows north.
Around this area here?
Right here behind Bobby Mackey's nightclub.
How long has this been going on?
Since the early 1800s.
No, many people say.
So again, the river, I think the most haunted places sit in Silicon and next to running water. And my opinion, I think the source of power for this place is that river. I believe if that river wasn't there, it wouldn't be as bad as it is. I feel that river is the key source of energy for the bad stuff that happens there. It's like constant power just coming to them. And think about it. Organic energy. Organic. Now, I'm not saying that, energy from a battery and stuff, but I really feel that there's something different when a ghost can use energy from like batteries and all that than using natural organic power from nature. I honestly feel that gives an extra boost than bringing in your own source of power lines. I think energy from water, stuff like that is the this gives it an extra boost, like steroids in some ways. I feel like I wanted to actually hurt myself being in there, and that's not me ever. There's something that has attached itself to that place that wants to cause harm and death. That's what I've heard. I can't personally say that because I haven't been there, but that's what I've heard from people like yourself. The way spirits can cross running water, Dr. Wu. Buddy sort of looks like Burt Reynolds with the hairstyle. They come to Bobby Mackey's, can't cross the water, so they're trapped. Oh wow, that's interesting. They're trapped in a way. Well, why can't they just run the opposite direction? I don't know. I can see that. If a water is like a source of energy, it's probably like a wall too that they can't cross because there's too much natural organic water.
Could you try again?
Oh, should I try again? Sure. Can you tell me about water? power?
Here's what I found.
What did you find? Bryson, Thriller, let him know. Bryson, Thriller, let him know. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, phone.
Bobby Mackey's is not the place you want to be left alone in when people leave at night.
From dishes flying, glasses flying off the bar, bar stools, chairs being knocked over, people being attacked, their names being called, and people being possessed.
In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth and on the authority of God's word, I command Charlie, I command Sam.
People like Carl himself, who spent 3 days going through an exorcism. A recent national TV show brought in a well-known psychic who claims there are 6 ghosts here, one of which was named Pearl Bryant.
And I learned that there was a girl, Pearl Bryant, who was beheaded in 1896 by Alonzo Walling and Scott Jackson. Her head has never been found to this day. On the gallows, both men refused, even after they were offered a life sentence opposed to death, with the ropes on their neck. Both men refused to tell where her head is.
For a while after Carl's exorcism, things seemed to quiet down around here, but now the visions and the incidents are happening again.
Are they here right now?
Yes, they are.
Are they watching us?
Yes, they are.
Are they listening to us?
They're listening to every word I'm saying there.
The bottom line is the psychics and the people who have been dealing with these spirits or ghosts or demons or whatever they are all agree they're not going to go away, and no one knows where they'll show up next. Michael Collins, News Channel 5 tonight.
Okay. So a guy's possessed and that exorcism that took 3 days. You might need to get a new exorcism, a new guy. I've seen the latest movie with Russell Crowe being a priest. You made me want to get a hold of him. He could probably do it all in one shot. Well, I guess it makes sense, right? If there's 6 ghosts there, and if you did an exorcism, got rid of one ghost, I guess there's 5 other ghosts that could come in. And if the portal to hell is true, okay, you got rid of one. And then here comes the next demon inside you. Now, however you feel about Ghost Adventures, Zach, Nick Groff, and the new group, I know if you watch Ghost Adventures now, they're all actors now. They're all exaggerators now. I mean, it's to the point where you don't know. It's not about the paranormal investigation no more. It's not about the paranormal investigation no more. It's more about creating a fakeness kind of a show. And it's really, truly about ratings and stuff and not about the investigation itself. Even though they'll tell you that, but they have become actors. But I will also say, I would probably say like the first 3-4 seasons were more about the paranormal investigations versus what it is now. And Bobby Mackey's was one of the first places that they went and visit in the first season with Nick and Zach. So there's going to be some footages here that Nick has gone back under when he was with a group Paranormal Lockdown until Zach took it away from him by telling Discovery, you get rid of that show or I'm gone. That's a fact. So, but the only reason I'm showing these is these were during the time where the investigation itself were way more real than now. That's become more of a spectacular type of show that it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not about the investigation no more. It's just about how good Zach can look on TV, how big he could look, how handsome he could look. It's not about the excitement of the ghost. So here's like an interview to Nick Groff about going back to Bobby Mackey's. I thought all this is important to try to like bring together.
By one of the co-hosts, Nick Groff, is here with us this morning. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So we're excited to have you here, and particular because you spent time at one of our local favorites, Bobby Mackey's, which is known amongst many circles to be haunted at least, but even maybe more than that. But first, tell us, for folks who may not have seen your series, tell us a little bit about what you guys...
Now, this show does not exist no more because Zach made sure that the show is actually doing really good in the ratings, and Zach didn't like that. So Zach had his show squashed. So let me see if I can fast forward a little bit because we don't want to hear about the show.
In the day, Matt, the security guard there, he's a great friend of mine. But Bobby Mackey's is just like such mystery behind the basement. The basement holds this more negative impression of something that happened there. And we truly don't know what's exactly going on, but there's something really weird. Upstairs, you know, it's happening, it's positive vibes, but downstairs it's more of like this negative kind of feeling that you get when you walk into that area. It's dreadful.
Yeah.
And last time I went there, I had kind of these feelings that followed me after, and it was like this dark cloud over my head that just was like an energy that followed me home, and I swore I would never go back, but I had to face my fears. So that's the main reason why I went back, because I felt there were so many more layers to uncover, and there was so much more history that I was missing. And when we went back and we lived there for 72 hours, we uncovered...
I want to just say, Neil Warren, I like Paranormal Lockdown because they slept in the location for 3 days. And I'm going to agree with you on that because I don't know these people. I don't know them. I'm just making assumption that I feel that Nick really truly cares about the investigation. I know they care about money. We all have to make money. You know, if we can make money doing what we love, you know, if Discovery Channel came to me and said, Eric, we're going to give you 3 days, yeah, I'm going to take it. You know, I could go place 3 days and actually make money where I could do more investigations. Of course, I'm going to do it. So you know, saying that, you know, I really enjoy that show, and it was sad that it was forced off the air because of Zach. That's the part that's just you know, if your friend left, he left. Don't cry about it, and don't ruin his career. You know, shut the fuck up and let him do what he does. And that's one thing that I can never respect Zach for.
It's something I've never seen before, and it was absolutely amazing.
Are you able to tell me a little bit, or do we have to wait for the episode because it's on
I'll
December
tell
11th?
You.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you because I want everyone to see this because I'm one of those logical thinkers. You know, I'll try to rule it out or debunk it and say it's environmental or stuff like that. But there was this ball of energy, what I call an energy form that manifests.
Now, remember, I think I saw Robert T. Wood, Dr. Wu, talk about a ball of energy in the chat. I could have sworn. I'm not staring at the chat as much. I'm trying to do both. But I thought I saw Dr. Wu talk about hold on, maybe is this it? Plasma ball. However, fake because electricity doesn't spark like that, especially blue vertical sparks, Danny. Well, I think in this clip he's going to show a ball of light. So let's see what you think that is, Dr. Wu. You know, we want to hear opinions. Listen, I'm not trying to. It's not about debunking everything too, but if you think when you see this ball of light with this video, and if you think it's something else, please share. That's what we're here for.
For 8 minutes on camera when we were sleeping in the basement, and I was in this hammock over the well where they call it the portal to hell.
Right.
And I wanted to see if I could push myself mentally and physically to document more happenings. And this energy form just manifests in the back of the basement and starts hovering and floats and grows in size and becomes this energy form. You can almost see this plasma around it where it's tracing this energy as it's moving towards the camera. I still get goosebumps talking about it.
I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Because we were getting so much intelligent responses from the other side with a lot of high-tech equipment that we brought down there to document and validate not only our experiences, but what else is happening there. And this energy form blew me away. I showed Bobby afterwards because he's owned it for 40 plus years, and he even said, I've seen all sorts of stuff, I heard the stories, I'm more skeptical, but this right here really opened my mind up to new possibilities of saying, okay, maybe there is something weird happening here.
Oh my goodness. And so we only have a few seconds left, but did it seem like that
Aided by someone at times.
Wow.
Well, maybe I think I got it in the next video of that ball of light that he's talking about. Let's see.
You hear that? Something's growling at us. Man, my whole body is shaking right now.
What was that?
Whoa. Shadow just moved into that room really fast. There's something following me. You feel how cold it is all of a sudden? This thing's been following me down here. I want to try to connect with you right now.
What the?
Right now, we are at Bobby Mackey's Music World in Wilder, Kentucky, and I am standing in the basement with the one and the only Bobby. Thank you for meeting me back down here.
Thank you, Nick. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's been a crazy journey so far. And we had a camera over there, a camera on me, and we were sleeping. And all of a sudden, on our camera, we saw this energy form way back here. It kind of manifested, and it was really small. It started as a transparent thing. And you remember seeing that footage I showed you where it just started manifesting?
It was like a ball. It was just moving.
Right. And it's like, it almost looks like an energy form where it looked like there was energy.
So Dr. Wu, I want you to look at that ball and give us your archaeologist point of view of what you think. Is there a chance of that being a ghost, or do you think there's a true explanation on that light? And there's no right or wrong. This, I understand at the end of the day, it's still based on theories.
Form like plasma or something where it had this trace that it was releasing from this ball of energy. And when it was moving past the lens of the camera, that's when you could get a good look at it. But
well, I couldn't believe it when you showed it to me. It just, it was just, really taken aback. But, there's got to be some energy there. Given the history of this building, the history of this site, there's a whole lot there. There's so much history.
I'm so grateful to cross paths with you and talk more openly about like what we experienced, this ball of energy that we captured. And
thank you, and I'm glad we've became good friends through it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
thank you.
You can't
say like what we experienced, this ball of energy. Thank you.
There's so, given the history.
So looking at that, is that the real deal of an orb? Sure. Can orb change size? Hold on. I have to be there. These guys already made fake videos, so everything is now in question. And that's true. Everything is in question. I mean that's true. That's probably the hardest part about looking at any video in the first place and try to examine the video, because unless the video was shot by you, by your own hands, you technically don't know who's all handled that footage. You know what I mean? I think even Nick himself said they caught this while he was sleeping. Right? So could there be a chance that the person who's handling it put it in there before Nick even woke up? I mean, there's that opportunity. There's that chance. So it is hard. Like, and then I know if Ron was here, Ron from Cosmic Neighbors would always say like he would like to see the data from the card that used to capture it to see if the card has been manipulated, right? Because when you make a change to a video, to a picture, even if you brighten it, you darken it, it'll make a change on the data, and that people will see it. You see here. Paranormal Pixie says, from my experience, yes. Okay. I respect that. I see many videos of my friends and do catch orbs in all different sizes. But I think the question was not an orb being a different size. If an orb is real, can that orb that you're looking at start changing in sizes? Not that there's different sizes. Can an orb start changing its size? I would think in theory, yes, right? Energy can change the size. I have heard all the show, but never watched it. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair question. That's fair. They've already created a reasonable doubt, so it get thrown out in a court of law. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see that. I don't need a video, but what I feel, I know what I felt in that place. Now, see, now this is what I'm talking about, Tells. This is what I'm talking about. You can make that claim that it's 100% because you were there. You can make that claim. So for these events that has happened to you, it's 100%. It doesn't matter if this video is real, fake, or not. Fake, changing the data, with the cameras does not change the fact of what you have experienced there. That is the ultimate thing that you can't debunk yourself, that what you have seen and heard. You can look at maybe why you've seen something. It can't be something else. I mean, here, right here, data is key, right? Data is key. Now, on most of these shows, I don't know, Ron, if I'm wrong, has any of these kind of shows, I mean, I've never seen it, ever came out and said, oh yeah, we had the data analyzed off the SIM card that was used, and there's been no change, and show people. I don't know if a show's ever done that, And even if they did, even if a show did say the data has not been compromised, I mean, you're still taking their word over it, right? You know what I mean? I mean, so I could add an orb in 5 minutes to any video. And that's the point too. You can. So Nick was sleeping during this time. So, and listen. I'm not trying to debunk that orb. I want that orb to be 100% real. But without being there, seeing it for myself, and not looking at the data from the SIM card, I'm only going off of what I'm, Visioning can see through the video. It's hard to, you know what I mean? It's just hard to say anything's real or not watching someone else's video. Nah, we hope it's real, right? I mean, why would we not want it to be real? Unless you're that type of people that you only want it to be real if it happens to you, because you want all the credit and stuff. I would be happy if Dr. Wu was there and caught it himself. Ron, who he was there, he caught it himself. But I'll tell you one thing, if Ron was there, if Ron was there on this investigation, and if Ron caught that, Ron would give people the data file to prove to them that the file was not manipulated. I guarantee Ron would do that. And then if the file's not manipulated, now we have a conversation. Now, guys, this is the kicker. This next video is only 30 seconds. It's so interesting in this 30-second video where I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. This 30-second video will make you go like, what? I don't get it. Right? This 30-second video. Watch this 30-second video.
Time we got big dance floor,
bull riding, wild bull riding,
Yeah.
ghost tours.
Oh, you
and
can
all
go
that.
on a ghost tour this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No,
No?
but I don't know if you can see one or not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Do you believe it's haunted?
No, I don't.
So many people do.
No,
Now,
I know
you
they
have
do.
a song that for 2 weeks in a row.
All right. So, Bobby Mackey's owns the place. Who rents it out to paranormal investigators is right there on a news channel saying he doesn't believe in ghosts and his place is not haunted. You know what I mean? I mean, he's renting out the place. I don't know. I mean, I you know, sometimes I seriously do scratch my head on this one. Because, you know, because he rents this place out. You could rent and do an investigation there. But he's just saying right there on live TV that it's not real. So it's almost like if I paid money to investigate there and say I caught some things and he's going on TV saying it's not real, I don't know, man. I might want to ask for my money back. And I get that. I get that, Neil. Bobby Mackey doesn't believe in ghosts, period. Some people completely shut themselves off to the paranormal stuff. And I get that. But he's the one that allows and makes money off bringing people in to investigate the place. And you saw him with Nick talk about how interesting that is. But at the end of the day, you got an owner saying, let's listen to it again. 30 seconds. Listen to it again.
Having a good time. We got big dance floor, bull riding, wild bull riding,
Yeah.
ghost tours.
Oh, you can
all
go
that.
on a ghost tour this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No,
No?
but I don't know if you can see one or not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Do you believe it's haunted?
No, I don't.
So many people do.
No,
Now,
I know
you
they
have
do.
a song that for 2 weeks in a
I know. You're right. You said it right there. It's all about the money. He's the businessman. I know, right? But maybe, hey, you know what? Hey, at least I give him credit, man. If that's his honest feeling, I appreciate that. If people want to pay him money, he's probably going to take it. That's a smart businessman, right? You know, and you know, I'm sure I can imagine just how Donald Trump talks. Well, you know, it's interesting. I've heard people say, you know what I mean? I can imagine like when they were questioning about like Roswell, you know, I know, but I can't say, but I also heard, you know, maybe you should take a page out of Donald Trump on how to dodge a question, but not really answering it or not answering it. Okay. Now, guys, Ghost Adventures did go there. Much I don't feel that Ghost Adventures has any credibility anymore. They're totally off to the world of it's just now about it's all ratings and all that, and then investigations like third hand. But they were there, so this video has them in it. Because this was from the first season when they actually cared a little bit more about the paranormal investigations before money really corrupted Zach. So for the sake of that, let's take a look.
There was a lot of things happening. There was a lot of, when we first got locked in and that lock finally, deadbolted shut, we felt like...
That's during the few years when they got locked in and they can't come out to the daylight. I'm sure they were waiting to get out. They wanted to. But This is more when you could say that they more care about the paranormal investigation than the money until Zach got way over his bridges, you know.
Like we were in a cage with pure evil. It just felt that way. Because I was in a building where there was 29 sworn affidavits from police officers, clergy. These are very credible sources that signed documents stating.
I always hate that. I'm sorry to keep pausing it. I always hate that when people make claims that there's these 29 signed papers from the police officers and all that, but they never show it. I'll tell you what, people shit on Ed Warren from Ed and Lorraine Warren. People shit on Ed Warren, but I tell you what, Ed records every freaking. He records every investigation he's done on tape. So he records the cops saying this and he plays it to people. He plays it for people. So you can't say, did the cops really say that? Here's the tapes. So when Zach and people say, I got these signed, I got these classified information, well, just show it to me. Show me the signature. Don't say it. Let me see it. And again, all because you have a piece of paper and I signed it, that doesn't guarantee to make it real either. People lie all the time. Now, I'm not saying everything he caught is fake because of that, but I get tired of, well, we got this, we got this, we got this. Or when somebody comes in and says, oh, we got a lot of evidence. You know, there's more evidence here. Okay, I'm hearing you saying there's more evidence. Like what? How do you know that evidence is even true? How do you know that evidence isn't true? So true. Oh, why? Did Dr. Wu say something earlier? Zook sells water to fish. He fucking can, right? He fucking can. I just want to say, not sure what that orb is, but we see weird lights phenomenon on live streams like Midwest Night Watchers. We called it a feather woo. Oh yeah, Midnight Night Watchers. I'm going on their channel in November. And guys, I'm not saying no orbs is real, but if you're gonna call yourself an investigator, you have to question everything. You just have to. It's only a 10-hour drive for me, Terry. Maybe I will soon. Yeah, Cosmic Neighbors. It just sucks that you can go in there. You have to pay, but for money, you can't pay to do an investigation there.
There are paranormal encounters at this place, and they were all bad. They were all attacks. We went into this place, something that's never done before, and we taunted them. We asked them to come out and stand up to us and fight us. And, well...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I asked them to fight us. That's the acting part, right? That is the acting part. Listen, I just want to catch some evidence, right? But you got a camera on you. They're like, hey, Zach, you know, if you just ask them nicely to come out, doesn't look good on camera. Got it. Come out and fight us. Now that's what's great on camera. I would love to see every single paranormal investigator to go into every single paranormal investigation. Come out and fight us. Touch me. Actually, I would never want to touch fucking Zach. Soap opera at its exactly. He is soap opera at its best. And listen, Ghost Hunters was a lot more boring than Ghost Adventures, but I rather take the evidence from Ghost Hunters than him any day. Any day. Boring is more real than, exaggeration. In my voting thing, it's exaggerated. He is exactly the definition of exaggeration is right there.
It's not rocket science. I think that's why it happened.
We're near the Hell's Gate. We're near the well. And I know we shouldn't be in there. And I know, we shouldn't be taunting in there because it's not a good place. And we're in there. Nick's doing an EVP in this corner. It's called the jail cell. It's where they used to hold people up in there. And while we're filming, Zach's talking about something going on with him.
Dude, I'm getting like this bad burning sensation on my back.
What?
Like it's burning. Like my whole back is burning.
Where?
Just on my back.
Let me see.
No, but this isn't a tingle. This is kind of like a little burn.
And he starts, panicking a little. Something's on my back. Something's on me. So I'm like, all right, lift up your back. Lift up your back. I grab his shirt. We lift it up. I cannot see his back because we're in pitch darkness.
I can't see with the night vision. Turn your flashlight
It's just
on.
burning. There's like a burning sensation right here. It's somewhere around here.
Oh my God!
What? They took the camera off night vision and they put a flashlight on it.
I just love that. Oh my God. It's like they always say that on anything that they see. Oh my God. Holy Christ. I've been on 10 investigations without ever encountering anything. And that happens, Bushcraft family. I mean, that happens. That happens. Right? It does happen. And Bushcraft, my brother and I did an investigation at Black Diamond. I feel we caught a few things. Nothing like outrageous, but a few things. But a lot of times you don't, even on my channel back in the day, way early down, like 3-4 years ago, like when I went to the Queen Mary ship, right? Everybody made claims. Every video of a person who's went to Queen Mary have all said there's a ghost there, right? It's haunted. And I went there, stayed a night on the ship for 2 days. Caught zero. Nothing even close. No knockings, nothing. Doesn't mean it's not really haunted. For me on the Queen Mary ship, I have to say it's not haunted because I had zero experience. But everybody else who does video, everybody else that I know who's been there, all got something. Like everybody. It's almost like, you know what I mean? You start thinking to yourself, how is everybody catching something? Now I was there for 2 days and I didn't. And I wanted to. Now I know sometimes it's the luck of the draw. A real paranormal investigator, like Purgatory of New York, she's a great friend of the channel. Purgatory of New York, she would tell you that she goes to a lot of graveyards, and a lot of the time she goes to graveyards, she catches nothing. But there's days that she does. I appreciate that. I appreciate when people come out and say that they don't always catch something. But I would say when Bob and I were at the Black Diamond Cemetery investigation, we saw an orb-like thing that we couldn't debunk. Not saying the orb was an actual ghost spirit, but we couldn't debunk what it was because, for one thing, you're in dark, right? Right, Dr. Wu? It's dark. So it's not like you have daylight to be able to see everything that can be causing an orb. So in one end, Bob and I did see an orb color type of thing. But since it was so pitch dark and we don't have the greatest camera in the world, it's harder to debunk because we just don't have enough. It was just too dark. You know, was it a reflection of somehow of the water behind the trees? Could be. You know, I'm sure Dr. Wood and I hope that was an actual ghost. Actually, I think Bob and I discovered. What was it, Dr. Wu? What was it in that video that we discovered that Courtney Love murdered Kurt Cobain during that paranormal investigation? Wasn't that somehow confirmed to us that Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain or had him killed? She was responsible of having him killed.
And they clearly saw 3 distinct lines going down my back.
Aaron, do you got that?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Do you have that on your camera? Let me see it.
Yeah, see?
I want to make sure we got that.
It's got.
I don't want to. No, I'm not.
Want to get out of here?
Here, this area. Get out of this.
Do this.
Go sit out here.
I don't want to do this.
When I got scratched on the back, it was the very, very, very first time that I've actually felt how dangerous this could be.
It was probably mentally one of the most disturbing things I've ever witnessed for me. Zach and I have investigated a lot of locations throughout our years, but this...
Okay. Now, again, a good friend of the channel, Amber's ParaWorld, and I'm going to give her a plug. She has a book called The Dead in Me. She's been on my channel a couple times. She's fantastic, and she actually did an investigation there. It's on her channel. I have it here. I'm not going to play the whole 20 minutes, but she's actually she paid the price to do it. So let's hold on. This is her. This is Amber ParaWorld, our friend, actually at Bobby Mackey's doing an investigation.
Ooh.
Oh, I wonder if it has something to do with all this bingo.
Maybe. Was this used for bingo? These aren't really in bingo order, though, are they? Over here, is it?
See these cards here?
And I'm working on. We're working on together to get her back on the show. She couldn't this week, but in the next 2-3 weeks, you know, I'm gonna get her back on the show. We're gonna be talking about past lives, like how do you know, you know, because she told me one time that I had 10 past lives. And it was behind the show. It was a group reading. It wasn't air, but I want to deep into with Amber ParaWorld about this after, you know, this 10 different lives that I'm supposed to have. I'm curious about that. Like, what do you see? How do you know? Like, you know, why do I have 10 past lives? You know, and then Nona Boss was there. She had like 13 and 14 past lives. So it's like, well, how come she gets 13, 14 past lives and I only get 10? I was curious. Like if how does somebody get more past lives than you? Is it an honor to have more past lives? Is it less? I want to dive deep into the past lives with Amber. I'm curious. Like, I'm really curious on what does it mean truly having a past life. And some people have a lot, some people have less. Is there something to that? So I'm curious.
Should I touch it? No, there's nothing behind it.
I know there's one thing she does right here. She does the
How many spirits are up here in this room? Did it say 4?
I heard 4 right there.
I kept hearing 4 when I got in here. All right, Carl, are you here? Carl, can you use this rod and point to where you're standing? He's right here.
Did you see it moving? When you first said that, it really was swinging.
I may have got that on. Carl, did demons attach to you? Yes. Carl, are you still tormented by the demons now?
Let me ask you guys something real quick about rods. And I want to get a deep feeling on what you guys think about rods. Do you think rods can really tell us something? Put 1 for yes. Or rods don't tell you anything. Put 2. So Ron, put 1 if you think rods can be used for real. 2 if you don't. You're just a non-believer about using rods. So 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm curious. I'm just curious. Yep. 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 I'm seeing a lot of ones. 1.5. Nope. Rods, hell straws, I would believe more, but they work for 1001. They can find water in the if it doesn't see it. Where paranormal picks this is yes. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious. Because my son came out the other day, and out of nowhere, I wasn't even talking to him about it. You know how you get that? Hold on, where you guys where you could get like crystals, right? You get a crystal and you put a string, and you ask questions. It's yes or no. My son, out of nowhere, brought me the string and put it in my hand, and was doing this test that when you think a certain way, even though it doesn't look like you're moving it, you really are moving it. And he was doing this science thing with me. I don't know if it was for school or he just watched a video on YouTube. Oh, Uncle Bones, I didn't mean to skip you. What did you say, Uncle Bones? Uncle Bones says 1. I apologize about that, Uncle Bones. I apologize. Michael Haywood said 1. Paranormal said 1. Pendants. I'm sorry. And he said your mind, according to him, your mind, if you think of yes or no, your mind, without even you knowing it, your mind is moving it. So I was just curious. And I'm not here to say, well, can your mind also do that with rods? That even though it's moving, but somehow your mind is thinking in the questioning and is moving it to the point where you want it to move. I'm just, listen, at the end of the day, I'm no expert. I don't use rods. I never use rods. I've on any investigation I went to, I've never used rods. So and I can see rods being used for water because water is energy and rods is a conductor for energy. So I can see where rods were trying to be used to find water. Now, Dr. Wu says no. So, Dr. Wu, is it because you think that your mind is somehow overpowering using the rods? And this is what I love about this community, that we can have these conversations without thinking that we're crapping on some findings. We're not. We're having a healthy conversation. Can you explain to us, Robert Wood, why you think rods are not real for investigations? I'm curious on why you think that. Is there, is there a scientific reason you believe in, or is it just you're just not a believer in them?
What? How many people died in this place?
I will say, ghost radio, it's just too easy to move than using a tilt and just simple gravity. Okay. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Again, I don't use rods. I don't use rods. So I can't, I'm not gonna say now, ghost box. Now, Dr. Wood and I did use a ghost box, and we did think we caught some pretty good words using a ghost box. So that's one thing that we've used and felt that, hey, we got some pretty decent stuff using the ghost box. But the only thing about the ghost box is man, you got to have some patience with the ghost box, right? You really got to sit there. It's hard to try to do an investigation and concentrate on a ghost box and you're walking. That's hard. It's like you almost got to have one person to donate their time to just sit with the ghost box. And mine was specially made for me from Purgatory of New York. She made mine.
This is pretty cool too.
Yes, anybody in the chat, if you got a link you want to post and you don't have a blue wrench, ask Danny Stanton to find it for you. Danny Stanton will put links up for people. And like I said, I don't bother with blue wrenches anymore. Whoever has one has one. I don't add them no more. I don't take them away. I'm just not into doing blue wrenches like that. So people who do have them, just ask them to post something for you, and they will. I just don't bother with blue wrenches anymore. Well, again, Amber's ParaWorld is a fantastic person. She is fantastic. So I do not have any problems promoting her book, The Dead in Me. She even signed my book. She signed it. Oh, you can't see it. She signed it. What did she say? Eric, hold on. Oh, there it is. That's better. That's better. She even signed my book. Eric, hope you enjoy. Always embrace your power. Always embrace your power. And she wrote in the back of the book, Eric, you're the most handsome, most awesome man on this planet. You are a gift to the paranormal world, the UFO world, the Bigfoot world. We are a better world because you are with us. Yeah, she didn't write that. She didn't write that. It's 10:09, but I still got a couple more videos. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to go a little longer today. And God damn it, I don't even remember what's in these next videos. I freaking don't remember. I don't know if these videos are important or not. What the hell? I'm just going to play it. I'm just going to play it.
Down
This is supposedly been a recording using an EMP, a recorder. So it says get out of there. So the first part of the short video is they say it real quick, and then they're slowing it down that the thing was saying get out of there. So let's listen to it again. So listen to the word that they're supposedly caught this on EMP saying get out of there. Now, again, EMPs are good. There's some great EMPs that have just direct word. There's no, you know exactly what it says. But then there's questionable ones where Zach is famous for this. He will tell you exactly what he thinks it's saying. So he plants the word inside your mind. Zach is the king of it. I love the ones that are just plain and day. You know exactly what it said on EMP. But there's our one. So this could be a questionable one.
Something energy down there.
You hear that? It says, get out of there. Go back a little bit here. Let me go back 2 seconds. Put your ears to it. You're going to hear, get out of there. So you know what happens is, see, when Dr. Wu walks into a place, of any place, every ghost always tells Dr. Wu, get out of there. Every ghost wants him to get out of there. And then they slow it down and put it in slow motion. Okay. Again, that EMP never came from my hand. I don't know exactly who even did that investigation with that. You know, so technically somebody could just got that somewhere else and put the background with Bobby Mackey's and say, I got this here. Don't know. Doesn't say who caught that EMP. So we don't even know technically if that EMP was even from Bobby Mackey. It could be from any other type of investigation. So that's hard. Now this last video is another investigation group that went to Bobby Mackey that's not Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Lockdown. So here's another group like Amber that's went there. So I like to play some if there's some videos cuts of other people, not the same ones that you see on TV and stuff.
Very good time at Bobby Mackey's Music World in Wilder, Kentucky this weekend.
That's right. Gatekeeper Paranormal is hosting an All Hallows Eve investigation Sunday night at Bobby Mackey's. And here with details are Laura Rowland and Angela Johnson. Good to see you both.
Hi.
So you have investigated at Bobby Mackey's before, right?
Yes.
What have you found there?
A lot. We've been the official team for about 3 years. So we've been doing tours and investigations there for the last 3 years. We've seen shadow figures.
No. It is interesting that they've been doing it for the last 3 years, and I think she just said that she does tours there. Hold on, let me go back.
A lot. We've been the official team for about 3 years. So we've been doing tours and investigations there for the last 3 years.
So the official team for 3 years, and they do tours. Could they themselves, in a way, because you're the official team and you're doing tours, is there a chance to say that they themselves are exaggerating to get people to take the tour? I mean, that's a possibility. I don't know them, but I also have to think about that too. Are they just saying that so I go take a tour there?
We've seen shadow figures. We've heard audible voices. I've just recently seen my first full-bodied apparition.
Objects thrown.
Yeah. And that was just last week.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So, and I think we have some of a tape that you guys recorded when you were there, so we can listen to part of what you heard. So let's listen to that.
You know, our fingers and our bodies make a triangle. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, what is that? It's something about a triangle.
Yeah, that was just one of our investigators. But right after that,
we missed the good part.
I don't know if you heard it, but it was a voice that said, "Who is there?" And it was a real deep, gravelly voice that said, "Who is there?"
And that wasn't one of you.
No,
not at all.
Now, what about the? You said you captured an image too. I think we have a picture of that. Tell us about what we're going to.
That's no. God, I feel like you guys are all thinking I'm trying to debunk everything. When they say like, who are there or whatever, if they're with the group I could see somebody from a group actually whispering something like that, like you were there, and they captured off an echo. Especially like there's some places like houses or whatever you go into where where you say something and can echo. Believe it or not, things can echo down a hallway. You say something here and it actually echoed down there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that what they're describing what it was said is something that a regular person would say.
I think that's at Waverly Hills.
Oh, okay. In
Yes,
Louisville.
that's at
Ooh,
Waverly
look,
Hills.
yeah.
You can see right in the middle of the frame, it looks like a person standing there with two legs. And it's not us. That was taken probably 20 feet down a hallway.
Wow. Goodness.
Yeah.
Waverly Hill, for people that don't know, is an old mental hospital, right? That you can now.
Butchcraft, fam. That's exactly what my point was earlier. That there are EMPs that you automatically you clear day. You know what it said. But then there's that one I was saying earlier that Zach is the master of, that you get this little something and then you're planting on the sentence, but maybe you think you heard it. And then when everybody gets that sentence in their head, like say like you hear something, right? And Dr. Wood goes, "Hey, I think it said I'm going to take a leak over there. I'm going to take a leak over there." Then I'm like, "Oh my God, it is saying I'm going to take a leak over there." That ghost said, "I'm going to take a leak over there." And then now every time you hear that noise, you're thinking that the ghost is saying, "I'm going to take a leak over there." It's true. It happens. So for EMPs, what you're hoping for is just light and day. Clear freaking word. Clear sentence. But the one that's snowy, God, those are questionable because you can plant whatever you want. And now once you hear it, your mind is there.
It's not a mental, it's a tuberculosis hospital.
Waverly Hill's the one in West Virginia.
Louisville.
And okay, but there was one in West Virginia I read that you guys
Trans-Allegheny.
Ah,
Yes,
Trans-Allegheny.
that-
Okay,
that
that's
was a
another
mental
one.
institution,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. And you also traveled to Romania last year.
Yes, we did.
Tell us about
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead.
Well, it was a trip of a lifetime, actually, but we kind of.
All right. Let's all take a look at the voting in the poll. Let's see at the end of the show now. Let's see where we're at. Is Bobby Mackey's Music World haunted or a hoax? 49% says it's haunted. 5% says it's a hoax. 23% says it's exaggerated. 23% says never heard of Bobby Mackey's. Now, everything that I've heard and friends that I have visited, I'm going to say it's probably haunted. I cannot give it 100% because I was not there, and I can't give nothing 100% unless I am there. I just can't. Now, is it as haunted as people say? Because Zach got 3 scratches. Amber ParaWorld, she had a nice investigation. She caught some stuff, but she didn't get no scratches. She didn't get nothing. And a lot of people that I know that have gone there and paid the money, like Nicole from Through the Veil has been there, and she says she caught some things, but no scratches, no being pushed. So the question is, how haunted is it really truly is? You heard Nick Groff saying it could be a gateway to hell. People got possessed. And it's like, some people get possessed, some people don't. So it is on my bucket list to visit. I'm hoping if everything goes right, the way I hope it goes right for me next year, and I don't want to make promises that I can't keep. But if everything goes right a certain way, I'm hoping to do like a 3-week on the road trip. Like you ever watch that movie Paul, where they took all the hot spots, all the UFO hot spots, and they're traveling in an RV and stuff. I'm not gonna get like an RV, but some kind of a van where we sleep in, where I want to go do a if I could do 4 weeks, a 4-week road trip in all these hot spots. And Bobby Mackey's is one of those places that I want to do as my trip next year. I'm trying to work some things out. I don't want to make promises that I can't keep, but I am working on to do that. Go to these certain places. That doesn't mean I can't investigate things around me, because I still do. I love it, but I do want to do one of those Paul trips, UFO hotspots, one of those paranormal hotspots. And of course, if I could get that going, of course, I'm going to go by Fresno, California, and look for the night crawlers, and maybe had to bring the Dr. Wu himself onto this 3-4 week trip and all that. So, guys, I don't have a link up for a show tomorrow. I haven't even talked to my brother, Dr. Wu, yet. That I do want to do a show tomorrow. There's an appointment thing I gotta see first. That do I have to go or not? If I don't, I want to do a unique kind of a show tomorrow. It's gonna sound strange. It's gonna sound strange. The style of the show tomorrow is more of do people hate when things are more real? I know how strange that sounds. Do people hate when things are more real versus like a happy sci-fi type of deal? It's related with movies and UFO conferences and all that. I know it sounds weird, because I've watched some things this week and all that. I watched things that people hate it because they're more real than fake, and it's kind of making me think that for people to believe in something, do you have to make it less real and fluff it up to a sci-fi type stuff, like Ghost Adventures Now? Ghost Adventures Now is way more popular than in the beginning. But the difference between Ghost Adventures in the beginning versus now is this is faker and this is more real. But the faker is more popular. So basically fiction versus non-fiction in that kind of way. So it's kind of I like this topic. I got to put it together. I know Bob's in, and we probably are going to do this show tomorrow. I just got to get the link up, get it. But money talks, you know what I mean? So it's does people like fake more? And that fake more is what they believe it's real versus something they see that's more real, but they don't like it because it's too damn real. I know how strange that show sounds, but that's what we're going to attempt tomorrow. And I want to thank everybody for showing up today. You guys are all awesome. You guys are terrific. And also, I haven't brought up my thoughts on the Mexico UFO conferences and the NASA conference this morning. I thought maybe tomorrow, Dr. Wu, and I'm going to reach out to Ron Cosmic Neighbors to see if he really want to come back on, because it's always fun when Ron comes on with these kind of a show stop, because I love how the mind works with Ron. if Ron's available. So it's kind of an interesting concept. So hopefully, I hope you guys come back tomorrow. And Michael Haywood, thank you for being here today. It's always great to see you, buddy. And Danny, Danny has always been there to help. And anytime, if I call Danny, like want to do a certain show, like help me out with the Bigfoot show or something, Danny's always there. Danny's like, I'm available, man. You just let me know. I'm there. So I appreciate people like that. Iron Dogger, I appreciate you. C Duke, I appreciate you. Gatorbait, I love that fucking name, Gatorbait. I love that name. I want to thank you all. And again, is Bobby Music World haunted? Or is it all one big hoax? Best part about this, it's up to you. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to you. And if you believe it one way, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Only thing that matters, more important than all that, is seeing you all next time on the Paranormal Highway.